just got up there.
Oh, man, that's so close. Wow.
No doubt. It was close to Cornette having his hand on the pops. Tries to draw the contact. That is off his foot, I believe. Yes, it is. Gone right at the call. Tony Brothers didn't call on the baseline. They get a sub up right away to give him a second to look to see if they want to challenge it or not. And now a conversation between Capers and Brown and Brothers and Sean Wright. Who was it off of? To see if they flip the call or not.
All right, let's go. That's all it is. Someone's got to get the ball out of bounds.
They look back and say challenge. Johnson says, I want a challenge. And they don't give it to him. Johnson was looking at the officials to say challenge, and they didn't give it to him there. Gilgeous Alexander from the top. Into the paint and gets fouled. And the San Antonio bench is furious. And Tony Brothers just gave Mitch Johnson a technical foul.
Thunder win Game 5, 127-114. And going back to OKC, all right, we already knew what type of game it was going to be. So let's have a very quick discussion about this. Let's talk about the Spurs, the Thunder, and the refs. And I can make a case that all three sides of this story, I can blame San Antonio. Let's look at it like this, all right? The first half, let's talk about the San Antonio side first. The first half, there's no reason I should look and see only 6 shot attempts for Wembanyama. Look, he got to the line, 7 free throws, cool. But I shouldn't see 6 shot attempts. Champagnie came out on fire. I mean, he was going crazy. I think he had, 13 of the first 15, 16 points or something crazy like that. On fire. Did his part. That should give Wemby license to go down to the block, to get into the paint. Because guess what? They can't leave Champagnie. They can't leave Castle, Vassell. Now he has all the room to operate. I don't care if Vassell was 0 for 4, 0 for 3 from the three-point line. Wemby has the ability to dominate the painted area. We've seen it time and time again this series. So why it didn't occur to the 3 guards that are on the basketball court at all times to make sure Wemby is getting all of the touches and getting into the paint and dominating, that's not really something that I blame a coach for. There is a block of time. Yep. Okay, 7:05, SGA checked into the ball game. You lose these minutes by 4. You cannot lose minutes when SGA is off the court when you have Castle, Wemby, Champagnie, you bring in Harper, you have Fox. You can't lose those minutes. You can't. But you cannot lose those minutes when the primary shot creator, the primary option, the best scorer in the league is not on the basketball court. There's no J-Dub. There's no AJ Mitchell. You're missing 3 of their best shot creators. That is unacceptable when you two have your best player in the world on the basketball court. You already know what type of game it's going to be when you're talking about playing OKC in OKC. Why on earth does Stephon Castle have 5 fouls? Why does Keldon Johnson have 5 fouls? Fox has 3. Champagnie has 4. Majority of those calls were senseless. You already know how SGA plays. You already know what that's going to be like. Why are you making senseless push in the back fouls? Why are you running him over? Why are you even holding on to his jersey in some situations? Why are you hooking his arm as he's trying to attack? You cannot give him any reason to flail, fall, and hit the ground. Once again, the same thing we saw in Game 3, not being disciplined when they're guarding him. I liken an early shot clock jumper, a one pass and shoot versus OKC, the exact same as a turnover. You cannot do that versus OKC. You can't have situations where you're not coming down, getting the best available shot time and time again. Let's talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder side, okay? And this is what I mean about senseless fouls. Why then would you look and say, we're going to send him to the line 17 times? Why does Caruso also have 8 free throw attempts. Let's talk about the fact that Chet came out scorching hot. Again, the way he started, I don't like the fact that he only gets 9 shots. That makes no sense. He needs more shot attempts, and he needs to demand to get more shot attempts. He has 16 points, came out, played great. I thought he had a great game. Jared McCain, loved the energy. All right, knocking down some big shots. But I don't want to see 19 shots for him and only 9 for Chet. Okay, because again, this game should be a lot uglier than just a 13-point win. Okay, but the reason why I say that is still still the Spurs' fault is a lot of the damage that was done was with SGA off the basketball court. They were in the bonus before SGA checked back into the game, and this was in the second half. Now let's talk about the referees, all right? Because social media is going to be on fire all night. When I look at what happened with the referees, okay, I still blame San Antonio because you cannot allow the calls that are being made or not being made to dictate the outcome of the game. You cannot rely on them to make certain calls to bail you out. Again, you had 15 turnovers. Wemby shot 4 of 15. Fox was 4 of 15. Vassell was 2 for 11. I mean, you get Dylan Harper 1 for 5. He was flipping it early. He had like 3 straight turnovers. The game is not in the hands of the refs at that point. You are in complete control of your destiny in the playoffs. If you're leaving it up to the refs, you've already lost the battle, especially on the road in Oklahoma City versus the defending champs. The way it's looking right now, it's going to be the Knicks versus the Thunder come June 3rd. If you don't want to see that happen, we don't need to see this Wemby. We need to see game 1 Wemby, the one that went into OKC and put on a historic performance. We need that guy. We need that guy to show up. So 4 of 15 is not going to get it done. And having only 6 shot attempts in the first half, I knew they were cooked early. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments. Is this going to go 7 games? That's one more for the good guys.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. This is my show. This is my camera.